incarcerated, homeless several times, been beat, left for dead on the street, watched people die in front of me, been an elite drug addict, a professional drug addict. Now look at me. What else that these girls don't want to hear? They don't want to hear, hey, Troy, it's 10 o'clock, you're in your house. Don't you work? No, I don't work. I got men making me money on the job right now. They don't want to hear how I make that happen. Don't want to hear that.
Well guys, last video we talked about one of the biggest roid-raging clowns on the internet. That would of course go by the name Wes Watson. And this right here was a man who was made of pure rage, dedication, and man titties. And oh boy, does he not stop talking about man titties.
Little arms, little boobs, little chest hair. He's got little titties. I got tits and I'm a fat piece of shit.
And when he's not ranting about other men's titties, he also claims to be a man who can get you to become rich, and all you have to do is pay him 20 grand. And this supposed tough guy alpha male claims to be able to do this, even though he has been losing a battle to a couple of fucking digital balloons every time he goes live.
When you inspire them, when you give them a workable path that will change these balloons. Damn it! I hate that shit. Besides like Star Island and maybe hibiscus or palm. But there's Star Island, there's Hibiscus and Palm Island, and then there's San Marco, San Marino, Delito, and Revo Alto. Fuck these fucking balloons. How the fuck do you turn that shit off, and who the fuck designed that shit so we could put their head under my foot real quick? But guess what? Still never drink, still never do no drugs, still never miss the work. These fucking balloons, dude, Jesus Christ.
And even though Wes Watson is just so much fun to laugh at, Wes actually won't be the main topic for this video, because we have a new roided up alpha male who decided to enter the scene not too long ago, and seems to be copying Wes in literally every way possible. Like, we're talking this guy even tries to speak like him. I wouldn't even be surprised if he watched Wes talk about hooping his paperwork and tried to copy his tactics.
You fold it over so many times it's this big. Look at it's this big. You put a glove around it 3 or 4 times. You twist it up and you shove it up your ass.
And this brand new roided up gyno tit enthusiast goes by the name Troy Zenko and has quickly been given the name of Les Watson, because this right here is like the great value version of Wes Watson. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive straight on into all of the videos that this clown has been making and basically just call him out for the bullshit he is constantly spewing, all in order for him to get a bunch of jackasses to actually end up spending a fortune to buy his little life course. And we'll go ahead and start off with one of his dumbest strategies yet, which is to pretend that he's unique, and in some instances, pretend like he doesn't know who Wes Watson even is.
See, other men can't do what I do. That's what makes me so different, so rare, so unique, such an oddity in my space. Because I'm fearless, I say it the way I want to say it, and other men aren't made of the right kind of metal to handle the attacks that come at me, and handle the adversity, and handle the spies that come at me to spy me out, to approach me with sincerity. Like, they want to know something about me in my program, and they're just spies sent to me. Other men, they're not made like I am. Telling lies and spreading rumors about your boy all over the internet, and making false comparisons to me and other men. Why don't you check the age of these men? I'm 56.
And yeah, this is like one of his really big things right here, where he claims that no one else can do what he does, and there is no one else out there like him, when my guy has had the nerve to base his entire internet persona on another man. He has copied Wes to such an extent that he has even paid to copy him. He has paid to go to one of his classes. So even though he is now also basically scamming people out of their money by selling a fake course, he himself was a victim and was dumb enough to actually buy one of these fake courses that he is selling today. And we even have him on video in 4K during this course talking about why he decided to do it.
Hey, I'm Troy Zenko. I'm actually from Nashville, Tennessee. I own a large tree removal business up there, but I ran into Wes online about a week ago and definitely seen something that I identified with. The man's definitely got something that I want. I've seen Eric online. He's definitely got something that I want, and I know if I want to change my life, I got to change my network and looking to transition into online fitness. Wes is going to help me out to do that.
And it's just crazy how in these earlier clips before he undertook the entire class, that he just completely talked different than he does now. Where he kind of sounded more professional, more structured, and wasn't just screaming like a complete moron. And he just talked a lot more smooth and didn't end everything with just a big abrupt punctuation at the end. But then all of a sudden, after the little class, he just talks exactly like Wes Watson. So it turns out that basically anyone can do what they do when it comes to scamming people out of their money. And these goobers are just all over the place right now. You even have people like this dipshit right here doing their same exact tactic.
Motivation? Just a fucking word. I've had to learn to exist without it. Even a man working off of discipline, he could be disciplined to the wrong things. Disciplined to chaos. Courage and bravery, that's what needs to be developed.
So when it comes down to it, my guy isn't unique at all. I mean, the only thing he might have going for him is that he's 56. But even then, the only thing that changes is that his dick probably doesn't work anymore. Because other than that, he does the exact same shit that they all do. And he even constantly argues with all the supposed haters that are just pointing out his clear bullshit. I mean, even in that last video, you heard him refer to them as spies.
And they're just spies.
So my guy thinks that all these different haters are some sort of special agents who are out to get him. And he just continuously goes on these crybaby little grown man temper tantrums over people calling him out for being completely fake.
Oh, they're hunting your boy down. They're coming at me from all angles, and my DM's blowing me up. Oh my God. These little princesses got their feelings hurt. Seems like every time I open my mouth, one of these girly boys get their feelings hurt. So how do I respond? Like any man would. I video call. 'Cause that's what a stud does. What do these little missies do? You know they're not gonna answer. They can't handle the pressure. 'Cause I'm gonna call them down.
And nothing says badass alpha male like crying like a little bitch as soon as someone hits you with a little bit of criticism. Like my man genuinely thinks he's being attacked, all because people are calling him out for selling a fake product, where he's just gonna give someone some bullshit advice in exchange for a shit ton of money. And if you don't want to be supposedly attacked, then don't pretend to be someone you're not, and don't pretend to be this real tough badass character. Especially if your only comeback is gonna be to call them girly boys. And this is just the beginning, because this supposed badass is claiming that he's being oppressed. Because apparently he is being oppressed by a bunch of Reddit users.
Continue on our same routine every day. Doesn't change. And you know what else doesn't change? The vicious attacks from the men that don't know how to handle this. They've never heard this. Oh, they want to say it's a copy of something that they heard before. See, when the oppressor, who is oppressed himself, or I should say herself, because they act like girls, when the oppressor don't know how to handle something that they can't control, they gotta attack it. Because it's foreign. They don't know what to do with it. Men don't like being called down for their ungodly behavior. And it is just that. It's ungodly.
And yeah, the only thing ungodly is all that nasty ass chest hair we got going on. But my real question is, who the fuck does he think is oppressing him to this extent? My guy is constantly coming on the internet, fucking shirtless as a 56-year-old man, having what I can only consider as a midlife crisis, screaming about how he's being oppressed. The only thing that I can figure out that he might be considering being oppressed is the fact that Reddit users are out here putting a wig and makeup on him in pictures and actually making him a girly boy. And this is just pathetic at this point, because I want you to keep in mind, this is a grown-ass man. This is a grandfather, and he just keeps going on these rants. And he just posted one to where he cannot figure out why there are so many people just giving him so much shit. So he has just been bullshitting so hard that I'm starting to think he actually buys his bullshit and is just completely delusional at this point.
Last post from this morning, I'm obviously referencing escaping from a dark place that I was in for many years. Escape from that dark place. What would you find negative to comment on a post like that? Go look at those comments and you tell me, what would prompt a man to leave something negative on a post like that? A man like me that's healed, not broken no more.
And I'll actually go ahead and tell you what would prompt someone to do that, since you are so delusional you don't understand why. Because if you just went ahead and talked about how you overcame these different things, and how you've improved your life without yelling like a complete dipshit and trying to charge people a shit ton of money under the claim that you'll help them, when instead you're just gonna have them do the same thing you do. If you didn't do all of that, then you wouldn't get so much hate. But the issue is, you are basically just scamming people so that you yourself can flourish by creating this completely fake character. And it really starts to piss people off when you just go on these bullshit rants like the one I'm about to show, where you just try to claim money is everything, which is obviously gonna mislead people. And then on top of that, he was even batshit crazy enough to compare himself to Jesus. So maybe he's not actually off the drugs. Because this shit is so delusional, I don't even know what to call it.
Let's have a quick mindset meeting for all those that say money ain't everything, money can't buy you happiness. Tell your girl tonight she can quit her job and you'll make sure she still lives like a queen. Think that'll make her happy? Call up one of your friends and family and tell them you like to buy them a house or pay off their mortgage. Take them to any car lot in town. Tell them they can pick out whatever whip they want. And you got it. You think that'll make them happy? You see, when you say money can't buy happiness and money ain't everything, you're trying to justify your own lack of ambition, your own laziness. You're just selfish. Not a good look.
The world's got their definition of what they think happy and healthy is supposed to sound like. And when you speak and you don't meet that definition, they think you got it all wrong. That's what I'm thinking. And they got their definition of what they think Jesus is supposed to look and sound like. And when it don't sound and look like that, they think you got it wrong. And that's what I'm thinking. You think happy and healthy is laughing and joking your way through life. You do realize that that's how the broken and the sick and the hurt deal with it. They won't deal with it. They laugh their way through it. You think that that's what happy looks like. No, it isn't. That's what broken sounds like. You got your definition all wrong. One more time with feeling.
And I just want to put into perspective what we just witnessed. We are watching a grown-ass man scream about all this bullshit and just point straight at a painting to do all of his talking for him, while he stares at the camera like he's still in prison about to come after your booty hole. Like, what are we doing? And the insecurity and hypocrisy with this guy is just actually off the charts at this point. Because for a guy who talks about defeating all of these vices and everything, it just seems like his new vice has become money. And it's like he's addicted to it, and it's the only thing that he cares about. And it's gotten to the point to where he's willing to act like this and embarrass himself time in and time out, and even change who he is to be more like this character Wes Watson than to actually be himself. And it's honestly just sad to see, because you know for a fact some idiots are going to end up buying his courses, and they're just gonna get nowhere. And all it's gonna do is just make this goober right here richer. And I have a feeling we're just gonna see more and more of these Wes Watson clones pop up, and we're just gonna get more shit to laugh at. But with all of that said, I think I'm done here. And I just had to cover such a goofy ass person. So if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching Les Watson cry like a baby, and peace.
Little arms, little boobs, little chest hair.